It needs to stop. And it has to. Or else, all of us are just going to end up that way. We need to start caring for each other and do something about it.
And we did a service learning project on feeding the hungry. And it brought the community and us as a class closer together.
My class did a project for Honor Flight, and an Honor Flight is basically a free trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans.
And this project impacted me because my grandfather served during World War II in the Navy, and I've heard many stories from him, and it's nice to know that he has a chance to go and see a memorial because of all that he had done.
And it makes a remarkable difference in the students that we have because they become involved on a personal level, and it makes what they're doing meaningful and real.
Because at first I didn't understand why the man was homeless and why the boy was saying that why is he dragging that cart? Why is he dragging that cart? But then when I acted out, it helped me understand because I read my part. It said that he was collecting cans, so I started collecting the cans, and it was easier for me to understand.
His whole demeanor changes. Like, he's this kid who, again, makes bad choices, but he's like, these people, like, they just need us, and it's so great. He's like, it really makes my heart happy.
I just took a field trip to a homeless shelter, and I felt like different when I went there. I felt I would always remember the smiles on everyone's faces because they seemed happy but sad at the same time. Almost as though they were hurt inside.
We decided to do a project that is based on feeding the hungry. So we have researched, and the students have researched statistics on hunger, why people are hungry, poverty, and effects of why people are experiencing poverty.
Okay, our psychology class, at the time, we were going over, the function of the brain, and we eventually started getting into, things like trauma. And obviously we were leading into PTSD. So with working with veterans and also working with these traumatic experiences, we decided to do a service learning project on PTSD itself.
It's had a huge impact on me in that I can teach little people to care about the big world.
At St. James, service learning is embedded into the curriculum. We research and understand about a global issue, then problem solve to address the needs of our global neighbor. Last year's project allowed us to work with a mission in El Salvador. We built houses, provided books, toys, and school supplies to an orphanage. We made connections with the El Salvadorians in our school population, and we were able to work with the Ohio Dominican University. We know that we can change the world. We just need to do it one village at a time.
I think what I have walked away with is just this re-energized set of reminders that I know why I stand where I stand in terms of what I believe in educationally. And this helps reiterate that I want to be impactful in terms of the whole child. Like, I want to know that when I step out of the classroom, or when a student steps out of my classroom, that yeah, they learned a lot of really important math concepts, but their lives were made better in some way. I mean, they may not always love me, but at least they're going to walk away and say, hey, this is what I learned out of this.
It really actually changed my life and how I look at things.
You learn by the mistakes you make. You learn by that process of getting to that end.
It feels really, really good when you're up in front of a crowd of people that are just applauding you, to know that you're being appreciated and that your work is being appreciated and that your thoughts themselves are being appreciated for what they are.
Maybe we couldn't stop the whole problem, but we could stop a little bit. One child not going hungry would make me feel happy.
You make your own history. Just doing the small things help, you know. I mean, you don't have to be a big person just to help your community or help the homeless or the Native Americans, or just do something nice.
Teachers keep teaching. Students keep studenting. That's not a word. Sorry about that. Here's to teachers that see the awesome.
Reap what they sow, be it right or wrong. Ghettos the sky. Oil and blood, tell me why